Can we Google it? CNN reporter checks local GOP officials' voting claim and interview.
This next piece. They are inspired.
Dude, I love that, like, the state of media is so dog that, like, when a CNN journalist does what any journalist is supposed to do, like the bare minimum, it's a matter of, like, breaking news. Which, by the way, I don't have a problem with this, okay? As long as you keep doing that, and please keep doing that, I'm cool with it. But it's crazy, like, breaking news, journalist does journaling.
Inspired by lies, baseless claims of election fraud, now just days before the midterms. New concerns about self-proclaimed poll watchers and fears they could intimidate voters. Some already are Elle, Reeve.
So what are they training you to do then when you're watching? But what are you looking for?
Observing. We're looking for oddball stuff, I guess.
John P. Child is training to be a poll watcher, part of a wave of organizing among people who believe the 2020 election was stolen.
All over the country, we're deploying people to be poll watchers, to watch everything that's happening.
Generally, it's a good thing when more people are engaged in their local government. But some of this engagement is motivated by lies.
Especially the mail-in ballots. That's what the big issue was in 2020. Because in Pennsylvania...
Okay, Anthony Hopkins, how about you know, I guess it's better that he's watching the polls instead of watching his next human victim that he's going to consume.
There were 1.8 million mail-in ballots went out.
Hannibal Lecter ass.
There's a question maybe?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, look it up. Sure.
Can we Google it?
Google, I wouldn't. Yeah, it's everywhere.
He said, I wouldn't Google it. You know how Google is. You don't have to do that. Hey, stop doing it. I will have your liver with fava beans. Stop it.
Okay, so the first result is from the AP.
There you go.
AP's assessment, false. In the weeks before the November 2020 election, more than 3 million Pennsylvania voters requested vote by mail.
We met John at a poll watcher training put on by Delaware County conservatives. The organizer wouldn't let us in, but John agreed to an interview. And he brought the training materials.
My head was spinning at the end of it. It's a rabbit hole.
Well, so tell me about...
I liked it better when I didn't know any of this, honestly.
Tell me about what was so mind-blowing in this.
Well, the whole chain of custody thing of V-drives, that was astounding.
The documents go through many technical and procedural details of how votes are counted after polls close, and question whether each is an avenue for...
He said, I hate what I saw. Like, he said, I was... I was duped and now it scares me. Oh, that's so awesome, dude. Like, you wouldn't believe the insane shit I believe now, okay? Very scary stuff.
Cheating. It casts an enormous cloud of suspicion over the vote without any proof. It's part of a real nationwide movement led by MAGA influencers who circulate false information of election fraud in podcasts and in tours across the country.
And notice how mail-in votes will occasionally switch with in-person votes.
They've inspired citizens to get involved at the local level, to hunt for proof of fraud and to prevent it from happening.
Bro, it's like if you...
Citizens to get involved at the local level.
Like, if this is the guy that's, like, educating you on all these massive conspiracies, like, you're so lost. I mean, he's losing out on the aesthetic side even. You know what I mean? Like, I thought Republicans were the type of people that were, like, cared about how you looked and shit. You know what I mean? Like, this guy literally looks crazy. He's using a Windows movie player, too.
Hunt for proof of fraud and to prevent it from happening on election day. They have not found proof or fraudster. What election officials are worried about is that these efforts could intimidate voters.
You have to get into the ring. You cannot fight this on social media.
I have watched like many of these different presentations. Steve Bannon, like this guy calls himself the professor, presenting this evidence. But none of that stuff adds up to the millions of votes between Trump and Biden.
So you're not convinced? And we're a bunch of crazy people then.
I didn't say you're crazy.
Well, sure you are.
I didn't say you're crazy.
No, we're deluded. We're misled.
Maybe.
Go ahead. Say it just like my granddaughter, which you kind of look like. Who never calls me. My granddaughter never calls me.
I don't see it that way. But anyway,
I know you don't see that. I know you don't
okay.
see it that way. But I guess one reason why it's important to talk to people like you is to see if there's a place where there could be reconciliation.
Yeah, go back to same-day voting and paper ballots.
We get these comments. People come to us at county council meetings and say, we need to use paper ballots. And we're like, we do use paper ballots. You understand? We use paper ballots.
Dealing with
You can do same-day voting, and also they use paper ballots. Like, in most places in America, you use paper ballots, or at least as a backup.
election misinformation has become a big part of the county council's job.
So the votes are cast on a paper ballot, and then they are scanned, and the results of that vote are tabulated on the scanner. but you're not really voting on the scanner, you're voting on the paper ballot, and that paper ballot is maintained as a record of the voters' vote.
Delaware County in Pennsylvania has fought 15 election lawsuits against 2020 election deniers and won all of them. But it costs more than $250,000, and officials are worried about how much more time and money this movement will drain with the midterms.
Mail-in ballots are susceptible to fraud and
At the bi-weekly county council meeting, most of the public comments falsely suggested that something sketchy is going on with elections.
Somebody can stand up at one of our meetings and they get 3 minutes to say whatever they want, spout off lies about the election. There's not much I can do about it.
We're talking about electronic digital devices. Every one of those is providing a gateway for outside intervention or in-house intervention.
Guess what? They're also providing a gateway towards demons. A portal has been opened. Every time you open up one of them damn electronics, you're opening up a portal for a Beelzebub to make his way down to earth. Amen. We're fighting demons out here.
As it may be.
I guess I would just say to them, do you really think all of us want to go to jail? Do you really think everybody in government and everybody who works in our election?
The last take she ever saw was a rotating phone, a rotary. Yeah.
Wants to go to jail because we'd be doing something really illegal. And
Bro, we literally just have a crisis of, psychosis in this country. We just have an overwhelming number of people in this country that are just straight up, no meme, no disrespect, no joke, insane, okay? We're just listening to like mentally ill, deranged people who are isolated, just are running on fumes, who think that like every opinion that they have is literally the best opinion because they came up with it. And obviously it must be the best because they are the best, right? They're American, damn it. Like self-entitled psychos who just are running the show at the local level.
I'll tell you something. If I thought somebody was doing that, they should go to jail.
There has to be some degree of trust in those who serve the public that they are doing something for the public good. And that we have lost. I don't know our way out, but this is the world we live in right now.
Thank you. So, any questions or comments?
There's some kind of cognitive dissonance out there where people are saying, well, we've got to save democracy by overturning an election. That's more of a dictatorship than it is a democracy.
I'm open to put my eyes on things.
Will you accept the results of these midterm elections, even if it's not the results you want?
Accept it? Well,
Yeah.
What am I going to start a revolt? No. Accept it.
Yeah.
Have to accept it. What else are you going to do?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, who would do that? What do you mean, like January 6th? Antifa did that.
You were just saying that, Ellie, you have a way of reporting these stories that really helps us understand it, not judge people, but ask them why.
I mean, she's great. She's a OG Vice reporter who's now at CNN. She's killing it. Much love to her. I do like her coverage. I think she does a pretty good job. Respect to Ellie for,
Be curious, not
consistently
judgmental.
putting out
It's
good
so
content.
frustrating. It is
so
so
frustrating.
frustrating when you hear people, their facts are wrong. There's been no proof at all.
Yeah. They're brain broken. Okay, let's skip.